And my second question is, I'm pretty much always a happy person. I've always manifested everything I want. I guess I'm a natural manifester of what I do want intentionally. But my question now is, it's a two-part question. When I get behind the wheel, I get road rage and it just takes over. And someone doesn't use a turn signal, it's an instant reaction. How do I feel like I can get out of that?
Then your two statements don't stand together because they cannot both be true. And so we would restate your earlier question to say, I'm usually a happy person as long as I'm getting everything the way I want it to be. But when something happens that displeases me, then the vibration of that takes over. And so I am basically not in control of my own vibration. The circumstances of my surroundings are in control of my vibration. And I'm usually a happy person because there's more happy around me than there is not happy around me, but I'm not quite yet in control of my vibration. So now what's your question?
My question is, how do I feel like I can get rid of those emotions to where I am on the disc even while I am behind the wheel?
But here's the thing. How do I get rid of those emotions? That's like saying this stove is very hot and I want to be one with it. How do I do that? How do I be comfortable with a hot stove? And we say, we would just back away from the stove. We wouldn't ask the stove to change. We just wouldn't lay on it. And so it's about what you're giving your attention to.
Okay.
In other words, you have to find, but you have to start out sort of slow and easy. So let's start at the strong momentum. It isn't here now, but let's take the subject as you offered it. Let's take this strong momentum of road rage and let's start there and then back up from it. So what is the typical road rage experience for you? What has caused you to feel such, you use the word rage, but what is it? Is it someone has disrespected you? Is it that someone has taken advantage of you? Is it what's it?
That's exactly, you hit it on the head with the advantage. I drive a little yellow bug, so everyone thinks because I'm in it and they've got a truck, they could just, but that usually doesn't work, and then something takes over and I end up...
Well, so you're assuming that that's what they're thinking.
Well, when they nose in front of my car, I kind of know that's what they're doing, but...
Well, but that's what the momentum has really got. That's once the momentum is really going, because there was a woman a few years ago who came to a seminar in San Francisco, and she was arguing with us. She was very upset because she said, I'm not believing what you're saying, Abraham. She said, I was in my car the other day and I was really in a good mood. I was really feeling good. In fact, she said, I was listening to one of your recordings. And I was pulled over and given a very expensive ticket. And so I don't believe in law of attraction because I was feeling good and something bad happened to me. And we said, what was the ticket for? And she said, for not wearing the seatbelt. And we said, well, what do you think about that? What's your philosophy? She said, I don't think I should have to wear a seatbelt. I don't think anybody has the right to tell me that I have to wear a seatbelt. I think I should be responsible for my own experience. I don't want to wear a seatbelt. I don't think I should have to wear a seatbelt. And I don't think they should make me wear a seatbelt. And we said, so you're driving down the freeway, and there are those out there who are trolling for revenue. and a vibrational rocket is shooting from the top of your car that says, pick me, pick me, pick me. In other words, of all the people on that freeway, you were emanating that. But the part that she didn't understand, and it's what you're talking about too, no, I was focused upon something that was making me feel good. And what we wanted her to understand, and you to understand too, is that when you've got this vibrational pattern going, that's what a belief is. In other words, you can be the holder of more than one belief at a time. You can be focused upon something that makes you feel good while you've got this undercurrent of this belief going on. In other words, you believe that people take advantage of you because you're in a little Volkswagen Bug. And you believe that they sometimes mock you or that they're sometimes unkind to you. In other words, and because that belief is so strong within you, then those who match up with that belief behave in that way. You could change that belief. In other words, you could say this is the love bug. You could say that happiness follows me. I'm the color of flowers.
And if I
happiness and sunshine, happiness follows me wherever I am. I'm just a little beam of light that is moving through life. And those who are in harmony with me will blow kisses to me, and they will, we promise you. And those who are not, I will be invisible to. But your problem is you're not invisible to the ornery ones because you've got that belief going on, and it's not just you resent their what you believe, what you perceive to be their perspective of you. And every now and again you meet up with somebody who that is their perspective, and law of attraction says, bingo, we got a match here. Ding, 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 ding.
And that makes perfect sense. And one last question, because I know others want to have time.
Esther really liked driving those big buses because she noticed that everybody got out of her way. When she was signaling to come on the freeway, she would look in the rearview mirror, and everyone would just move over out of the way. And so now she's not driving the big buses, but she has that vibration still going, and people still get out of her way. In other words, it's really, really interesting. Her daughter said the other day, now as we make this turn, it's really hard because the traffic is always there, and you really can't get over the way you need to change the lanes in time. So if I were you, I'd go way down. And Esther says, watch this. And she just went right over because it's different for her because her vibration is different. Her expectation is different. You get to choose whatever your expectation is. Just choose it, practice it, make it your own, and the universe will affirm it to you. But when you affirm from your position that you don't want, the universe affirms that too, you see. And remember, the universe isn't hearing your words. The universe is hearing what you mean. Yeah.
And the one last question is, I teach high school.
How was that? Did you get that?
I teach high school, and how do you find that you can keep yourself at a very high vibrational frequency of feeling good when you have experienced 120 different vibrations from students all day long?
Well, this is the same question as being out in traffic.
That was the that was the second part.
But they're identical questions. In other words, how do I move through my world and not be affected by the vibrations that others have going on? And we say, by picking the vibrations that you like best in traffic or in your students and focusing upon those until they are dominant. And then when you enter the classroom, only those people rendezvous with you. The rest do not. In other words, can you hear what we're getting at? Nothing comes to you that isn't active in your vibration. Now, it might be accurate and even fair for you to say, yeah, but the reason it's active in my vibration is because of the way they behave. We say, we don't care. That's harsh, but we don't. It doesn't matter why it's active within you. The fact that it's active within you is the reason that you're having the experience that you're having. So, as our friend said, how can I deactivate something? By activating something else. So, you don't want to keep making the statement, there's 125 different vibrations going on in this classroom. Just pick one you like and make it your own. And then those who are a vibrational match to it, we're not kidding you, those who are a vibrational match to it will flow to you.
And then maybe others will pick up
your
on
classroom,
it and start to.
It's such a wonderful thing. Your classroom will demonstrate to you every day how you feel. It's like a microcosm of vibration. They're fresh, they're free-flowing, and there is enough variety in their vibration that they will reflect to you how you feel. And so you stand there at the head of your class, and instead of saying, I see how you are, what you want to say is, I see how I am. Your behavior tells me who I am. The way you are responding to me tells me how I feel about me. And every day it can improve just a little bit until you'll look out at them and you'll say, you love me. They won't admit it, but it will be true.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Yeah. What a good day. Do you believe us when we say that whatever you want is yours under the right circumstances? And do you believe that you have control of what those circumstances are? And are you beginning to accept that you are a vibrational being and that you have the ability to offer a vibration as you mean to? Are you understanding that it gets easier and easier? And do you believe that when you slumber, your point of attraction ceases and that you can start fresh the next day? And are you believing that as you start with something easy, that law of attraction will get that momentum going? And that day by day by day by day by day, you can take conscious, deliberate ownership of your output? And do you understand that when you have taken conscious, deliberate control of your output, that now you have conscious, deliberate control of what comes back to you as a reflection of that vibrational output? And don't you love knowing that that reflection is meaningful too? Don't you like what reflects back to you from your classroom or from traffic? Don't you like what reflects back to you? Don't you like the way people respond to you? Doesn't it tell you a lot about what you've got going on vibrationally? If you feel like saying to someone, "Don't talk to me like that," you might want to say, "I might have some changing to do, because I'm evoking from you something that isn't pleasing to me, and it's not you that must change, it is me."